It's been quite a week on the premier current affairs show on radio, Deep Dive on Capital 100.4 FM with Rumbi Zaivenge.
But the one thing that we cannot stop doing is conceptualizing, is thinking, is growing, and even sitting down and doing nothing is something. Somebody said that to me once.
The Deep Dive with Rumbi Zaivenge, Monday to Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m. The premier current affairs show on radio.
So tonight in our community engagement discussion, our ward call focuses on a very, it's such a growing scourge now, Yema drugs. So councillors are coming together and putting their heads together in order to decrease the number of youths getting into drug use, and also just to give them some hope and something to look forward to. So it becomes, a distraction. It becomes the only thing to do, because so what can we do in our communities to create interaction, to create safe fun that doesn't put your health at jeopardy? So we will be hearing from Councillor Kudzaika Dzombe and Councillor Denford Ngadziwore on those issues. This is Capital 100.4 FM, your community engagement on a Tuesday. Tira kumbonzwa kuti chichiri kumboitwa nevaya vataka sarudza kuti vatimirire pamusaka pekubatsirawo nhau dzemadrugs. Zvakare hanzi pane zvinozomboitika vanhu vatora madrugs, they become violent. Some of them steal in order to keep funding their addiction. So do stay with us as we hear from Councillor Kudzaika Dzombe and Councillor Denford Ngadziwore.
If yesterday didn't work out, we try again today. Capital 100.4 FM, Harare's heartbeat.
Thank you very much. I am Councillor Ngadziwore, representing Ward 16. Ward 16, Meborain, Hake Park, Cotswold Hills, Bloomingdale, Arjun Park, Maranatha, West Street, Matidoda, Madokero, Sanganain, and other areas. So the issue of drug abuse is a very, very serious challenge that we have been facing as a community. And we have tried to engage various stakeholders to assist on these drug abuses. So recently, about a few weeks ago, we were in Madokero. We were attending a church service in Madokero for Seventh-day Adventist Church. And this issue of drug abuse was very topical during our church discussions with the various congregants. So this is an issue that we prove that we are supposed to address that. We also make sure that we need to identify residents in our community, respected residents, who are supposed to educate and offer counseling services to our drug abusers, especially those youth within our community. One of the challenge that we are also facing as a community, as a country, is failure to have a public drug abuse rehabilitation center. Currently, any drug abuser anosungwa enda kuMeborain police or anoenzi ngaende ku annex. But we understand the annex mainly in the one of Sanjere. And the Kumapurisa kunoenda wanangoita ma crimes. But I don't believe when someone ku annex or Kumapurisa is a solution to our challenges in drug abuse. So we need a proper rehabilitation center, a public. So this is a challenge. We now have a committee dealing with drug abuses under disaster risk management. There is now a plan to identify such a place so that we can actually address these challenges collectively as a city. Then we also intend to use my community dialogues, my pastors, other respected people in the community. These people are supposed to offer free services my youth edu, wachiwa educate. Reason being, we used to have an asset families with the guidance, wachiwa nature. But the current is no longer there because of primary distant families. So the only solution, we now need to take it upon our as a responsibility to make sure that my community might not gather. Even asking one hour, engage that person, try to counsel that person, try to educate so that at least we are able to save our community. Zvekuti asiri mwana wangu, one day mwana iye acha influenza mwana wako. So ungaona mwana pa next achiita msikanzwa drug abuse, it should be a responsibility to every parent in each community to come in and help and assist, so that at least this issue can actually be addressed. And we have tried our best as a community using our neighborhood police. Vanhu vazhinji vakambosungwa, vamwe vachitorerwa zvinhu zvavo, but again vazhinji vaenda kukoti vanosiyiwa, vamwe vanopiwa mabheo, vamwe vanodini, vanofaindiswa. So these are the challenges that we are facing. So the only solution in my view is to have a public rehabilitation center. Yekuti munhu paanobudamo amabuda munhu kwaye ane munhu anokwanisa kudini kusolve maproblems ake akuzviraramira akusiya zvemutoiro.
My name is Councillor Kudzai Kadzombe, representing Ward 41 in Marlborough, and Ward 41 covers the following suburbs: Emerald Hill, Avonlea, Ashbrittle, Bluffville, Marlborough, Westgate, Area D, Good Hope, Tynwald North, Adeline, Red Roofs, Good Hope and Willow Creek. And basically the issues of drug and substance abuse have also not spared Ward 41, as we've had quite a number of deaths and quite a number of youths being found with diseases that have been caused, due to the substance abuse. And basically what we've done, we've partnered with the Roman Catholic Church. As a community, we've also partnered with Pamvuri, which is a local organization that is a support group in the community. And every Tuesday, Pamvuri does counseling. It also does an Alcoholic Anonymous sessions for those in the community. And we then started off our programs with training of 200 volunteers, giving certificates. It's a UN program that is done online. And after you finish that program, including a quality rights as well program that is also done online. And once you're done, they then issue you with certificates. And after the training of the 200 volunteers, we then did a drug awareness march where we marched from Westgate Shopping Center down Old Mazoe, passing through some of the spots, the drug hubs that we know in our area. And beyond that, we're working hand in hand with the ZRP police. We're also working hand in hand with the community members. We inform ZRP police of, the areas, the houses that are selling drugs and illicit brews, and they come through and they do their raids. Furthermore, we've seen that because our laws do not give punitive measures for those that are found selling or buying, they're arrested, they're back in the community within a day or two. We've seen that as a community, especially as a Christian community, we are going to be going through to all these bases or hotspots that we know, and we're going to start conducting prayers and singing at their doorsteps as a way of trying to also just motivate them to move out of our community. And beyond that, I have been sent by the residents of Ward 41 to go into full council and raise a motion where property owners will be allowing their properties to be used for drugs and substance trading will be penalized and will actually have a charge and a tag that will come on their rates bill. And that way it also then makes sure that the property owners, the landlords, will then know that if you continue having these tags on your rates bill, at the end of the day, the local authority will take legal action.
So some interesting perspectives there. The one thing I'm hearing is there needs to be strengthening. In that vein, just last week, we saw the gazetting and inclusion of crystal meth Toriro Dombo as a dangerous and restricted substance. Tangati mborine dambudziko nekuti mutemo wanga usinganatsi kutsetsenura kuti aiwa drug rakati. You might think doesn't matter, but tinoshanda ne codification. Zvichireva kuti kana mutemo iwowo usina kunyorwa kukatalogwa usina kuto explainwa nekuti mhosva yacho inenge yakamira sei, mutongo wacho wakamira sei, defense yacho yakamira sei, panenge pasina mhosva. Saka ndinofunga kuti that stride in having that statutory instrument that now includes crystal meth as a restricted and restricted substance and all of its derivatives, kuti yavapo zvichireva kuti now we have stronger legislation or stronger criminal codification kuti zvakunyatsaoneka kuti munhu akasungwa zvishua they can be prosecuted ochuchiswa to the end where ultimately they can then be sentenced, taken out of the community. 988 sends us a very important message here, and you are talking here about the places that offer rehabilitation centers. They are in Harare, Highlands Halfway House, Rua Rehabilitation Center. There's quite a few. There's 9. There's also a public psychiatric institution, Salim Gabe, Parenyato Annex, Ingucheni, Ngomahuru. And you heard Councillor Ngadzore saying, you can't just send everyone to Annex. There needs to be more done. But there are some of these other private options that might be a little bit perhaps on the more expensive side, but they are available nonetheless. And if you are suffering from drug and substance abuse, you don't know where to go. If your child, your relative is going through this, do send me a message and I will forward the list of these phone numbers and places where you can go to start the fight against drug and substance abuse. And in our communities, there's so much more that needs to be done. Community centers, a lot of our guests on this show, the councillors will talk about the community engagements that have gone forward. They'll talk about soccer tournaments. They'll talk about, people coming together, music festivals, just to ensure that fun is clean and not harmful. So these are some of the initiatives. What do you think can be done in your community to alleviate issues of drug and substance abuse, to assist and rehabilitate ivo vacho varimo? Iwewe semunhu ukaona vakagara pabridge vachirova zvavari kurova, do you say anything? It needs to start from there, and we need to also take ownership of what's happening in our communities. Zvakare kune vemutemo, mapurisa kunyanya, kana munhu achizonzi asungwa kana kuti apa pamba pake papa chishandiswa sebase, there seems to be a sentiment that sometimes vanongosiva vakadaro, so there has to be something done there. Tito vari incorruptible kutinge tichibvisa urwere uyu munharaunda dzedu. There are also issues around what Councillor Kadzombe put forward there, that ukaoneka kuti iwo imba yako iri kushandiswa se-chill spot, iri kushandiswa se-drug haven, then you will be fined. Obadariswa mafine, their tags put on your rates bill as a deterrent as well. So some of the measures are being put forward here. 0719 100 404. How are you engaging with your community when it comes to drug and substance abuse? Chichingaitike, or maybe something chiri kushanda kwamuri ikoko chamungada kuti chiitwewo kune dzimwe nharaunda.
Tune into the life-changing radio, Capital 100.4 FM. Harare's heartbeat.